Prophecy that I'll be going over today is about the dollar crashing. So this is not a topic that's, new. The Lord has been using his messengers to touch on this topic for many, many years. But I decided, since I had already posted the prophecy on YouTube, my community slot on this channel, but also I posted it on my Facebook page, I thought I would make an actual video so that I can put it on other platforms. I have my notes here, right here, because this prophecy is a little bit older. I had this dream over 6 months ago, so I do have my written notes right here for me to just look back to make sure that I'm staying on track and I'm not rambling, and y'all know. So yeah, so I'm not gonna have a drawn out intro. I hope everybody is staying uplifted, staying encouraged, but I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the dream that I had. So I had this dream on November the 16th of 2023 going into November the 17th. So November 16th, 2023 going into that next day. This is when I had the dream. So just to jump into the dream, the setting of this dream, when I popped into the dream, the first beginning scene was I was in Africa. And the reason why I knew I was in Africa is because of just everything that was around me. There was a lot of vendors. It was a very rural community. There were a lot of people that were there's a road and there are people setting up like booths on the side of the road. There's stores, there's people walking around. People just basically just going about their business. So I can immediately discern also that I was in Africa. And as I'm just observing everything, I noticed a convenience store to my right. So I'm walking down the street, and then to my right, I see the convenience store, but there's a vending machine out front. So I'm subconsciously thinking in my mind, I'm going to get a snack out of the vending machine for a couple of dollars, and then I'll go inside of the convenience store to get a drink or something. I had American U.S.A dollars on me in the dream. So as I go up and walk up to the vending machine, I notice that there's a lot of like crumbled up paper like material that's kind of like just on the side of the vending machine, all on the ground. And then I take a closer look and I see that it's actually American dollars. So I'm picking it up and I'm looking at it like, okay, like looking at it, looking around, like, does nobody else see all of this money on the ground? A lot of it was like balled up like trash. I'm picking it up, straightening it out. I'm looking around like, what's going on? Like, and me, I'm just about to pick up all of this money because I'm already about to use American dollars to try to get a snack out of here. But a little bit of time goes on as I'm like picking up this money. I'm thinking in my mind, like, why is everyone just continuing to walk past all of this? Like, I'm seeing people continue to ride bikes by, walking by. People are just paying no mind to it. So there's a local that is walking straight. He was a man. And I asked him, I said, hey, why is all of this money just here? Like, why is this money just all on the ground? Like, I'm asking him, like, what's up with this, basically, what's up with this? And he looks at the money in my hand, and he glances at the vending machine, and then he looks back at me, and then he like gives this laugh, like, this girl here, like, and I'm still confused, like, I'm not getting it. And he's just like this. It's like, apparently I didn't know something that everybody else knew. But he didn't even explain to me or tell me. He just went to the vending machine and got me the snack that I wanted with the currency of their country. Whatever currency it wasn't American dollars. So he gets the snack for me, and then he continues on with, you know, his business, his day. So I'm still confused, and I still have all the bunches and bunches of money that I picked up from the ground. So I'm like, okay, well, I was planning on going inside and getting a soda anyway. So I take the money that I gathered that was trashed by the vending machine. I take it inside of the actual convenience store. And then when I walk into the go inside the convenience store, talk to the cashier, I said, you know, hey, can I have a Sprite? She had to go to like the Sprite beverage refrigerator. It wasn't like in America how, you know, you can just walk through the store and pick up everything that you wanted and take it to the register. It was a lot of things were like behind the register, and you had to ask her and request for it. So I had asked for a Sprite. And she goes to the refrigerator, grabs the Sprite, brings it back up to the register, and now it's time for me to pay. So I give her the American money that I just stashed up from outside. I give her the American money, and she looks at me confused. I'm looking at her confused, and then she's explaining to me, you can't use this currency. It has no value. Like, you can't, it has no value here in this country. You can't use this currency. So, and because I don't have their currency, I can't get the Sprite. Now, that's where the dream ended, right then and there. I woke up, and it was a pretty straightforward dream, but I always pray to the Most High for understanding, full understanding of the dream. Also, if there's any other, if there's anything else that I'm missing that he was trying to show me when he gave me this dream. And one of the things he wanted me to note was a Sprite and something in the vending machine is only going to cost a couple of dollars. $1, $2, $3. A Sprite is like, you can get a Sprite for like $2. And the fact that the U.S. dollar had lost so much value that I couldn't even afford something as cheap as a $2 Sprite or something out of a vending machine shows that the dollar has absolutely lost all of its value. The U.S. dollar has lost absolutely all of its value. And this was in another country. So we know that in a lot of African countries, the U.S. dollar, you can use it. You don't even have to convert the dollar into their country's currency sometimes. Sometimes if you go to a booth, a shop, or a store, you can give them American dollars because of where the dollar currently stands now in the global economy. But that dream, that message, that prophecy was showing that in places where the U.S. dollar has so much power, it's going to be rendered useless in the future. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is nothing new. We have been warned and warned and warned for generations that the dollar is going to crash. Righteous people have warned about the dollar crash. People that don't even speak to the Lord, that doesn't even have any type of religious type of structure in their life, has talked about the dollar crash. And people who look at, you know, economics and all of this stuff like that have said that the dollar is going to crash. People from other countries are saying it. People are warning now the petrodollar having some issues and crashing soon. It's just so much out there to where if you are seeing this video now and you still are oblivious to the fact that the dollar is soon going to crash, you very, very worried about where you are as far as preparedness for the end times. Because a lot of folks that that it's possible for the dollar to crash, or even people who just don't care enough to even pay attention. They're just kind of caught up in their lives. They don't really care what really happens. They just so caught up in just 9 to 5, waking up, taking care of kids, going to work, doing it all over again, instead of worrying about the temperature of the country and all of the signs of Yah and the Lord and just all of the warning. You are very set back. Because when this happens, because when it happens, it will happen, it's going to have adverse reactions, all negative reactions for those who don't have protection from the Most High. So meaning that extreme inflation is going to be nearly impossible for you to buy everyday basic necessities and essentials. Something that probably would have cost you $1 may now cost you $100. Imagine something that was already costing you $100. Now these days, milk is costing what, $5 a gallon? It's gonna be extremely too expensive for basic things. Y'all was panicking about toilet paper a couple of years ago. Y'all was panicking about eggs last year, 2 years ago. So imagine where everything is gonna be difficult. So with that being said, if it's nearly impossible for people to be able to afford basic necessities, what does that ripple effect cause? That cause extreme poverty, that cause homelessness. So people are going to start losing their homes. People are going to start losing basically everything. And from there, crime is going to increase because people are going to find themselves making decisions looking at their babies sitting saying, "Mommy, Daddy, I'm hungry," and they can't afford to go get eggs and rice. So what's going to be the next step for survival? Survival type stuff is going to happen. People are going to start doing everything that it takes to survive at this point, which means that there's going to be a lot of theft. There's going to be a lot of crime for goods, resources across the board. And that just breeds an even more chaotic environment for just the extra stuff that comes down the line. This is a warning. Please prepare. Take this video as a warning to prepare. Get your spiritual house in order. Get your physical house in order. I remember reading some article or something a couple of years ago about how some professional was saying that the average American only has about a week to 2 weeks worth of food in their home in case of emergency. So basically, the average American is living so paycheck to paycheck that they don't even have the resources to stock up for periods of time. So basically, the average American only have enough to get food for the now, basically. So they just wouldn't have it. And it's a warning to everyone, but for the righteous, those who are seeking the Lord's voice, those who are seeking righteousness, they're going to take this information, they're going to go into prayer, they're going to ask the Lord, how can I prepare? How can I prepare myself spiritually? How can I prepare my household physically? What steps do I need to take now that I've received the warning of what is going to happen? How can I prepare now so that me and my family are taken care of when that time comes? The Lord may lead a lot of you all to relocate. The Lord may lead a lot of you all to start gardening, to lead some of you all to, start canning or saving up grain or learning how to make stuff from scratch, like making bread or, whatever it may be. Take heed to that. Prepare now. For those who may see this video and they're still like, La La Land, it doesn't make no difference to me if you choose to take heed to this warning or not. Everybody is responsible for how their lot looks in the end time. You either take this opportunity to cleave to the Most High, or you continue to think that it's not going to happen, or the messengers that the Lord sends, they don't know what they're talking about, they're crazy, this would never happen, and then you find yourself stuck in a situation in that day. It takes 2.5 seconds to look at everything that's happening in the world. In August of last year, the Lord spoke to me in prayer and was telling me so much information about the BRICS organization and how the currency that they're going to roll out is going to affect the petrodollar and the American U.S. economic dollar so much that inflation is going to just be insane. So there is so much happening already in the world that's leading up to this dollar crashing. I'm just here to further let you all know and warn you that this is happening, but also urging you all to prepare spiritually and physically. Seek the Most High now. Seek Him now while He can be found. Don't try to wait to the very last minute with an insincere heart and trying to just have Him help you out of a situation when this is the opportunity when you should be seeking Him now, so that He can already prep you and have you ready, so that when everybody else is stressing, they don't know what to do because they decided not to follow God and these judgments are falling on them. Your family is taken care of. So with that being said, like I said in the beginning of the video, stay encouraged. And until next time, peace and blessings.